Hi guys, Bob with CNC Molds and stuff here today. I haven't done a CamBam video in a while, so I thought I'd do one. This problem came up on the CamBam forums the other day. Somebody wanted to cut a 3D operation with an island in the middle. That's where you cut an area and then you leave an area in the middle of it uncut. And they were doing it with 3D surfaces. First, let me show you how you do it with a regular pocket. These are all 2D operations at the moment with 2D geometry. And let's throw a funny shape in there just for fun. So you can see that it works with any of a number of different shapes. I like curvy, so let's put some curves on it just for fun. There we go. Alright, if I select this and hit Pocket and define a tool, doesn't really matter what tool for this purpose, hit Control-T to generate tool paths, you show it cuts out a rectangular pocket. Now up here where it says primitive IDs, primitive ID 1 is the rectangle at the moment. But let's see what happens if we select all of those and hit Pocket. It cuts the rectangular pocket, but doesn't cut out those shapes that are within it. It's pretty straightforward, and it'll even allow you to do something like this. We can select that one also. Let's go back to our pocket. Select all of the shapes, including the one within the one within the one. And as you can see, it creates a pocket with 3 uncut islands, and then a pocket within the island defined by the shape within that. We know we can go at least 2 layers deep that way now. It's fairly straightforward. Let's turn that pocket off now and show you how this applies when you're working on a 3D surface. What I'm doing is just drawing a shape that I'm going to extrude out to a 3D surface for the purpose of this demonstration. It's nice and curvy now. Select that. Draw ourselves a surface by extruding it. And then we can't see it because it's edge on, so let's rotate it into the orientation where we can see it and where we would cut it. There it is. And let's just line it up with the shapes we already have drawn for convenience. There we go. Now I'm going to create another layer and hide that. You don't have to. I just like to do it that way because I like to save the source geometry for stuff, even if I'm done using it, because you never know if you might need to change something just a little bit. Alright, if we take that, we tell it we're going to do a 3D operation on it. Let's pick a style. Styles are pre-designed or pre-set up machine operations with a whole bunch of parameters already set up, and you can go into the style library and create these yourself, but basically it's the same as if I went through and set all the parameters in the operation one at a time. There's one that'll work. Alright, we've told it that I'm going to cut it with an 1/8 inch ball, and it's a 3D horizontal finish operation, and I've set all the parameters that I normally use for that already ahead of time. Then down here we can go with shape outline. This tells us how we're going to cut this 3D surface. And I'm going to go down to the very bottom and change a couple of parameters because I use these for finishing molds, and it'll take too long to generate on a piece this size if I do it that fine for demonstration purposes. Alright, we've generated our tool paths, and as we can see, The tool paths basically just cover the surface of the 3D surface that we created. We would cut that shape. Now if we wanted to limit how much of that we cut, we'd come in here to our 3D operation and we'd come down to where it says boundary method and we'd hit selected shape, and then we would select one of these shapes. And when we generate toolpaths, it cuts just that part of the surface that when you're looking straight down on it is within that shape we selected. Now you might think, oh well, golly, we can do islands that way too. Well, let's see what happens. As you can see, oh, let's rotate. There we go. As you can see, it didn't do anything. Even though both of those are selected as the selected shape for the boundary method, it didn't work. There is a way we can get it to work though. We can combine this shape and this shape into a region. Now it's region and it shows the ID there is 8. We can go down here where it says selected shapes and we can either type in 8 or we can click these little dots and we can come up here and we can select it, hit enter, and we generate toolpaths. As you can see, it now works similarly to how the regular 2D operation worked, whereas you have an island within your pocket and the depth of your cut is defined by your shape. It even works with multiples. We could take this one and this one and this one, edit, convert to region. So you can see now it's region 9. So each time it creates a new entity, it gives it a new number. Hit Control T. And now we have a 3D pocket using a 3D operation with 3 different islands in it, or uncut areas within the margin or within the boundary. One thing that doesn't work, we can't combine that and this to create a region. I've tried it several times, it just doesn't work. See, it's still a separate entity. What we could do in all our defense is simply copy this and paste it and then set a new 3D operation with that as the selected shape. Oh. And then we wind up with the functional equivalent on a 3D surface of a pocket with multiple islands with a pocket within. I don't know if that was helpful or not. I think it would have been helpful to me before I learned how to do it if somebody posted a video like this. If you like the video, please check out my other videos or check out my new channel, CNC Molds and Stuff, that I'll also be producing some machining videos on. Hope you have a great day.